Good afternoon, my friends. Clearly not in the normal recording place, but desperate times, desperate measures. We have content to get out. So I'm going to introduce the 5 grand golf bets. You guys probably have seen it in article form this entire season, to be honest. But we're moving on to more video stuff. So if you don't know what it is we take 5,000 United States dollars straight out of my pocket, not out of Steve's, not out of Capper's, directly out of my pocket, and placed on 5 bets of our liking. It could be outrights, it could be placements, it could be matchups, whatever the sentiment is for that week, we will go and we will place the $5,000 on it. And if we win, then I share the wealth with my friend Steve and Capper, sometimes Cameron, he might want some too. But sometimes I just keep it all. If I lose, it's my money that I'm losing. So that's what we're doing. I'm spending $5,000 this week. Take it or leave it. Let's get into it. We'll start with 2 outrights that I'm going to throw $500 on. First one is going to be Patrick Cantlay at 18-1. Some might think that betting Patrick Cantlay at sub 21 is a minus Eve move, but I think it's a very plus Eve move, especially in this scenario. So Patrick Cantlay is coming in great form, consecutive top 5 finishes, and I think the real thing for Patrick Cantlay is these new clubs he's got going on. So the last time I raved about Cantlay was at the Amex, very modest, I think T20 something finish, not what you'd want out of Patrick Cantlay at like 15, 12 to 1 or something, whatever he was at Amex. But little did I know he had new clubs in his bag, and if I would have known that, I would have never bet him. But since he's got those new clubs, he said he's been close, and that has been showing. He's been ball striking the hell out of it, and the results are there. So now we head to a course where he's been popular the last X amount of years. Hasn't really shown, but at TPC Sawgrass, current form overpowers course history because we know how volatile that golf course is. So I want Patrick Cantlay in great form at a course that should suit his game. So Patrick Cantlay, 18-1, $500 being thrown at that. Second bet, $500, Will Zalatoris, 35-1. Flop lag. Will Zalatoris, most hit player last week, extremely popular. And if you know me, I'm a big fade the public guy. Hey, look, Zalatoris made sense last week. Long irons, driving distance, made sense, but couldn't do it because he was just too popular. Now everyone's hopping off Zalatoris. I'm going in. I'm going in. And people are going to be like, this isn't really that tough. This isn't going to be one in the -6 range, -7 range. You want Zalatoris in difficult conditions? Yeah, for sure. -15 range I'm expecting this week. But the putter is not going to be the X factor for Zalatoris this week. He's been putting phenomenally. He didn't putt well last week, but he's been putting phenomenally. It's going to be the driver for Zalatoris this week. If he can gain 5 strokes off the tee like he did last week, look for Zalatoris to get into contention. If he's long and straight in the fairway, he will give himself a lot of 125 to 170 yard wedges, the mid irons, give himself those 20-foot chances, and he will be in business with those chances. So it's not the putter for Zalatoris this week. Look at those strokes gain stats. Look how he's doing with the driver, and that's going to tell you how he's performing. If he's driving it well, he will perform well this week. All right, we will move on to a $1,000 bet, and that's going to be Rory McIlroy, top 10, plus 120. Don't overthink it. Rory is playing amazingly over the last 36 rounds. He ranks first in strokes gained tee to green. Second and third are Rahm and Scotty Scheffler, and Rory McIlroy doesn't have a win, and a win is very near for Rory McIlroy. We're going to take a safer pick and go with the top 10. I feel like he should have success here. Obviously, he won this event before, and he's playing great. So Rory McIlroy, top 10 plus 120. Don't overthink it. All right, last 2 bets, $1,500 bets. We're going to go Collin Morikawa, top 5 plus 500. So I went to Collin Morikawa after his miscut in Phoenix. Played him at the Genesis. I bet him outright, did not cash me, finished 6th there. Played him in DFS, worked out for us well. So I'm going back to him off the miscut. It worked out well. Why not do it again? And I'm really, really drilling the driving accuracy thing this week. Collin Morikawa ranks 3rd in driving accuracy. I think it's going to be absolutely massive for everyone in the field this week. So Collin Morikawa, driving accuracy, yes. He's top 5 in this field from 125 to 200, which is a 75-yard bucket that's fairly large. And out of the last 6 starts, he's made 4 of those cuts, and he's finished T6 in all of them. So when he's making those cuts, he's having those high upside finishes. So Collin Morikawa, the players, TPC Sawgrass, makes so much sense for his game. Driving accuracy, Give yourself a lot of chances. You don't got to get to minus 22. It's still going to be a hard test, and you don't want Collin Morikawa when it's going to be minus 25. But we know the putter and the short game can spike, but it's really the driving accuracy thing for me is why I want Collin Morikawa, top 5, plus 500. Finally, we are going to go with Tony Finau, top 10, plus 300. I'm going to be throwing, it's about, what is that, like 2 months of my work salary, $1,500 at Tony Finau, top 10, plus 300. He's on a sneaky underrated run. 8 straight made cuts with elite ball striking in that stretch. He's got like multiple events of +5, +6, +7 ball striking, which is just like, the results aren't really showing. I mean, they're there. He's making the cuts, but the high-end finishes aren't really showing over those last 8 starts, since the Houston win. But he's playing great golf. He's one of the best players in this field, 125 to 200. That's his best iron range, is 125 to 200. You might think long irons, but he kind of rates that better in those buckets. And it's a good number, 3-1 on a top 10 finish for Tony Finau, who has winning upside. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. $5,000 this week. Collin Morikawa, top 5. Tony Finau, top 10. $1,500 on each of those. Then $1,000 on Rory McIlroy, plus 120. And then $500 at Patrick Cantlay outright, plus Eve. And Will Zalatoris, 35-1. Flat Black. Hope you enjoy the content. Hope you make some money this week. We will have more content later tonight and early next week. So peace out. Thank you, guys.